haunted house that was so extreme that the guy that ran it would pay you 20 grand if you completed it. But the thing was, nobody's ever completed it. And some people said it wasn't even a haunted house at all. It was just a way to legally hurt people. It's a crazy, crazy rabbit hole. And I talk about it every year around this time. So let's dive into McKamey Manor. It's in Tennessee. Or it was in Tennessee. I think it's shut down now, but it started in San Diego. And the guy that runs it, McKamey, is a Navy veteran who has had a lifelong obsession with haunted houses, and he made people that wanted to enter McKamey Manor sign a 40-page waiver with all kinds of crazy stuff that I'll get into more in a second. Started it in San Diego, got kicked out of San Diego, and brought it to Summertown, Tennessee. When it first started, it was like any other Halloween attraction. It was like scare actors, creepy sounds with people jumping out at you and things like that. But as it developed, it became more intense, more disturbing. McKamey started filming everything, calling it a documentary, and putting the footage online. Visitors weren't just walking through sets anymore. They were being actively tested. And Russ was marketing this by saying it's the most extreme haunted house that no one can make it through. And to enter, all you needed to do was donate a can of dog food. No entry fee. Thousands of thrill seekers applied. He said whoever made it to the end would get 20 grand. Despite hundreds of people actually going through this, nobody ever made it all the way through. Before any of these people were even allowed to enter, Russ made them go through what he called a screening process, where he would do a background check, a medical check. He would call them to personally interview them to find out why they wanted to come through this haunted house and what their biggest fears were and what they thought they could personally handle. He asked them how far they were willing to go, and then he had them sign a 40-page waiver that gave him permission to pull their teeth, shave their head, force feed you, even bury you alive. And people signed it thinking it was just a scare tactic, but it wasn't. Russ would later upload clips of these people in this haunted house, showing them crying, begging to leave, covered in mud, being dragged. Much worse. And Russ would even be in some of these clips appearing very calm, very collected. People who have been in this haunted house describe horrible, horrible things. Some things I can't even get into on this app. Some say they were slapped, gagged, humiliated, forced to eat and drink things they couldn't identify, covered in substances that I can't get into. Some say they were not allowed to leave even when they begged, and Russ just called it a psychological experiment. He maintained that it was about breaking people down to show them what they're capable of, mentally and physically. He insisted that it was just performance art and that no one was ever actually hurt. People who had been inside said otherwise, and it didn't take long before word started spreading and thousands of people in petitions online were demanding McKamey Manor's closure. Some of these people say they suffered broken bones, panic attacks that lasted weeks afterward, until blackouts, and much worse, but Russ insisted it was all legal because they had signed the waiver. Law enforcement had even looked into it multiple times, but they said that he was correct. It's a legal gray area because can you really consent to something that you don't understand? And Russ said all these claims were grossly exaggerated, that it was just mind games, but his footage tells a different story. It was people shaking, begging to leave. Even after all that, no one has ever gotten the $20,000 prize or finished the manor. Russ was banned from posting this footage on certain social media sites, and until the manor shut down, there was actually a waiting list of people begging to get inside. As far as Russ goes, he doesn't hide. He's actually proud of what he's built. He's still active. He gives interviews.